right. Welcome to the fourth and final review of the evening. HikeJam. Are we on air? Like,
We're on air.
okay.
Yeah.
Don't scare me like that.
Yeah, I got to refresh. That's why. Anyway, so HikeJam. This is choose your gear wisely and make it from shelter to shelter. Your mood plays an important role in your survival. Pick up airdrops and cut down trees to get loot. Be careful of traps, rough weather conditions, and wild animals that attack you. Hike on tons of procedurally generated real-world GPX or fantasy trails. And apparently you can enjoy playing against computer or human-controlled um, opponents, hikers. So Twilight was given a code that I was given, but this game is free.
Mm-hmm.
This occasionally happens. Like, I don't know why, but we are sometimes given codes to games that are free. No. Anyway, take it away, Twilight.
All right. Well, I wish this game was as good as its description was making it out to be. Yeah, this game is not well polished. Yeah, to start. Let's see here. I'm gonna put choose your gear wisely is not a complicated thing. Basically, what this game is, as Adam described it, it's a race against other hikers. Three other ones. I had no choice. I had little to no choice but to go with the computer controlled ones. There's nobody playing online for this game. And I can,
Is that because it isn't out yet, or just?
this game's been out since 2019, and it's poorly reviewed.
Okay.
Yeah, I've tried a few times to see if anybody was playing it, and I got no results. So yeah, this game's not. Yeah, as I was saying, this game's not well polished. You're racing up these hills and then back down them. Well, at least sometimes. Well, mountains to be more appropriate. Yes, some cases your goal would be at the top of the mountain, or in some other case, back down the other side, or maybe several other sides. Most of the courses I've tried out, and there's not really a lot of them, really don't resemble anything I would see in real life. And
You mean you don't walk on fucking a strip of land over an infinite void?
Indeed, yeah. The choices are labeled by country. Like there's Canada, there's Chile, Austria. I think there was one other one. I don't recall which one it was. I didn't see one for the United States. But yeah, as a for a start.
Where did you die from?
Yeah. that's for the unpolished part. Yeah, it seems like you'll die from things you just don't know what it is. Seem like
It doesn't help that it's dark.
Yeah, it doesn't help that it's dark either. I know there is wildlife that can attack you on the trail, like wolves and bears, but well, I actually look more like coyotes and wolves actually. But anyway, the thing is, yeah, they will attack you, provoked or unprovoked. It depends. And so that makes sense, but you, for absolutely no reason, you can climb up trees if you want. You try to, but even then, just for some weird reason, touching one or for absolutely no reason, as you're climbing up a tree, you take damage. I don't know why. Um, yeah, yeah, you got a health meter and you got a mood meter. The health meter is self-explanatory. The mood, I'm not really sure what that affects. There's a tutorial in this game, but
Do you like
doesn't...
lose motivation and automatically turn around and go home?
That'll be more interesting than what it probably does. Like I was saying, there's a tutorial, but it doesn't explain what the mood meter does. It just tells you how to do this and do that, and that's pretty much it. How to drift, which allows you to temporarily magically levitate across the ground.
So that would be a double jump.
There's also a double jump, yeah.
Oh god, that view nearly made me throw the fuck up.
Yeah, I can see that being a problem. Yeah. So yeah, there's a double jump. There's the drift. The drift can help you get across certain gaps, but it's not very reliable. But neither is the grappling hook. I'm kind of meandering here. Let's see here. Well, yeah. So to start properly, it doesn't really matter what gear you pick. At the end, you'll be acquiring the grappling hook gun and a grappling gun to get you up the mountain. Like, basically, what I always did was I grabbed the chainsaw, cut down a tree that had a box in it. This is in case I don't get the grappling gun from the start from the plane drops, which occur every now and then across the course. I cut down a tree, and they always have the grappling gun. I grab the grappling gun and rely on it to get me across places I can't get across on my own. There is a weight thing, but I didn't really notice the difference that would make. And there's items that you can pick from at the start of the courses. A bedroll, food, and an article of clothing. The bedrolls and articles of clothing affect your mood. Once again, I'm not really sure what that does. I would assume it affects your character's physical abilities. But then again, that never really made any difference in the end, because the grappling gun helped me across the most difficult parts of the courses. There's a flare gun as well. I never saw what that did. It would occasionally create a fire. I'm assuming it was supposed to scare the animals off, but they're hardly a threat to you. You just run past them, get across a gap, and you're safe. There's also like a spear cane thing that they can use to jab at the animals with. Once again, not really necessary. You can usually outrun them with little to no problems. But yeah, so yeah, they for the courses themselves, as you can see here, things are pretty janky with how your character interacts with the course itself. Like Gulix pointed out here, for some reason you will die for unexplained reasons, and you can hardly get up in the square-shaped gaps or side of the hillsides. Most of the time, as I said, you'll be relying on the grappling gun most of the time. The drift could help in some cases, but it's pretty much a matter of luck whether or not that aids you. It's mostly helpful for when leaping off the sides of the leaping off the top of a mountain that you're going back down on if the course has that. Like with the grappling gun, you'll get a first-person view when leaping off using drift. You'll see your character falling down, and fall damage is not a thing in this game.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised, honestly, with a game like this. The only way you'll die from falling is falling into the void. Otherwise, you do have an option to respawn by pressing the K button. In case you get stuck on the side somewhere. As the game says, if you get into a jam. Yeah. Let's see here. As I already said, the game's janky. Your character's interactions with the environments don't go well most of the time. Oh yeah, there's also this really infuriating ragdoll physics thing. I think it might have already been shown on the footage here, but whenever your character bumps into something, whether being pulled by the grappling hook or if you collide with something that knocks you down for some reason, once again, the weird interactions your character has with the world, your character will collapse, and if you're on a slopey area, they will roll back down the hill, and will only stop if they collide with a rock or something like that. Otherwise, you're in danger of falling off the side of the mountain. And that's a source of frustration I came across when trying to finish the courses while I was playing this game. Thankfully, as you've probably seen by now, the AI is stupid. For the rest of this video footage here, you're going to be seeing them crashing right into that camp there and cannot
And the camps
get
are like
around
save
it.
points?
Yeah, they act as sort of save points.
Or
Yeah,
checkpoints, whatever.
Yeah, checkpoints, yeah. Yeah, your respawn points, basically. The camps will heal you and restore your character's mood. And some of the stuff that you can acquire more stuff like you do, like you acquire at the beginning of the courses, the shirts, the food, and such. Never really saw the use of those since the camp takes care of all that itself. There's really not much reason to bother with that. Well, actually, I'm wrong. Actually, I've just remembered that the camp does seem to only restore your character to a certain extent, and you have to rely on those items to further restore your character's health and mood. So yeah, there is a limit to those, but the camps aren't very far between one another either. Honestly, let's see here. There really wasn't much point to the day and night cycle where I've seen besides maybe atmosphere. And even then,
Well, it makes it so you can't fucking see at night, which is more hazardous.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Though I didn't really notice much of a difference at times, besides maybe the occasional rock or something like that. The flashlight does help with that to some degree, though. And I really didn't see any weather hazards. There's environmental hazards like there's only the avalanche as an environmental hazard, and that's only really if you're close to the sides. Most of the time, at least. So, yeah, gameplay-wise, the game's not well polished. You're more endangered from the weird interactions with the world that your character experiences, and really of the you're playing this alone. The AI, the AI, you can expect it to be getting stuck most of the time. And yeah, you'd be more than likely to beat them than losing to them. Otherwise, your only source of any opposition is the environment itself. And I do have to say that as interesting as some of the pre-made environments are, I can't really say that they were well made. No, I did find this point here that with these big, tall stone landmark to be one of the more interesting aspects of the environment as a source of a obstacle. So anyway, yeah, this game does have a level editor. They allow you to create your own levels, but I, for the life of me, could not figure out how that thing works. It involves coordinates and manipulating them to form the environment, but even while tampering with that, I really couldn't. I kept running into errors with it. So yeah, that thing will take some messing around with it. I'm not even sure if it actually works though. And I didn't really see any player-made levels, unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah, and, like I said before, there's nobody playing this online, so how interesting this game is with other people, I can say it'd
Do
be
you
a
know if it's
lot more.
supposed to have crossplay?
Hmm?
Do you know if it's supposed to have any kind of crossplay or anything? Like
console?
when you're playing on this version, can you play on if there were people online on other versions, could you play with them?
Oh,
Or is this game only on PC or whatever?
I'm pretty sure this is only on PC.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
There.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, yeah, this is a unpolished mess. I've been saying that a number of times already. Yeah, graphics and visual wise, this is a subjective manner, but most of the time at least. But if this was trying to emulate any realistic environments, yeah, that's failed there. Though if you're really not expecting any of that, then I guess it's okay then. The characters themselves, the hikers themselves, they look okay. Um, it's decent overall. Just don't expect any realistic look at environments. Is the best I can say there. Audio, I cannot recall any music. Mostly silence. I do get the feeling there was supposed to be. Honestly, I can't recall any music from this game. I know there's some in the at the title screen, but I don't recall any. Playing through the courses though. There is some sounds like the airplanes. The hikers do make vocal sounds like cries from when they're falling or when they're being pulled up by the grappling hook. Some grunts here and there, but I think the animals make some sounds. I'm not sure. It's all really blurry, honestly. So the sounds I do recall, though, they're all right. That's the best I can say there. This game is free. So if you were to try this, you're not going to lose any money. Honestly, if you don't like it, I can only really suggest playing this if you and your friends are looking for a game play. I really can't suggest this game unless you're one of those sort of people who likes trying out games that are not good. Otherwise,
We call them
that's
masochists.
Yeah, I have a friend who's actually like that. Likes trying out bad games. This would be up his alley. Though he was kind of busy this week, so I couldn't rope him into this to see how the online was like. Um, um, if you're a masochist, your friends like trying out bad games, you see how this goes for you. You'll probably be pulling your hair out in frustration by the time it's over with. So after the first several minutes, I guess. I'm sorry if I can't advise playing this game unless you're a masochist. So, I don't think there's anybody's got any questions besides Galax's one question about the environment killing me earlier.
Not much. Yeah. I mean, it seems like the idea is kind of neat. It made me think of like a slightly more developed Ski Free, but it just looks super clunky.
Yeah, it's very clunky. Honestly, this game had more polish and more work put into it. It would be a neat game to play. But that unfortunately didn't happen. I'm pretty positive the developers gave up on this a long time ago. So, which is unfortunate. So, that's it for me.
All right, and that'll about do it for this installment of the Fragments of Silicon reviews. The week ahead, as mentioned, it's E3 week, so we will be having more broadcasts through the week. We will be back tomorrow at 5:30 Eastern, if I'm remembering correctly, for Capcom's E3 event. And we will also be back on Tuesday at noon Eastern for Nintendo, and possibly also for Bandai Namco. That, I think, is at 5:30 Eastern as well on Tuesday. We got that. And after that, it will be our regular Wednesday broadcast. And we will be having James Martin of Walk Home Games on the program. We will be talking about his recently released game, Cardful Planning. Admittedly, I have not dived into this or done all that much research because, well, once again, it's all of the E3 in the current view mirror. But, still a couple of days on that. And no Friday show this week. We are scheduled to have a episode of Last News Desk on the Left, though Kevin is not going to be there, so it's probably going to be a more sedate program, just by default. But we'll see what happens. So, until tomorrow, I shall wish you good gaming.